Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel on human design. I'm Pragya Benewal and I am a human design nerd. I absolutely dig this system, I absolutely dig this awareness language and love to share about it because it has helped me understand myself and my life so much better and live from a place of authenticity and integrity, which has been absolutely fulfilling so far. I hope you can get some of the same benefits, and if nothing else, I hope this is interesting anyway. Thank you for watching. So, in the last video that I made about generators, I talked about the generator response. I talked about what a response really is and what it isn't. And if you want to check that video out, you can do that right here. I would highly recommend it before you get into this video. But in today's video, I want to explore the generator response just a little bit more. Like I mentioned in the previous video, a generator response is a limited availability of energy that is unique for every single generator. In other words, every single generator is genetically designed to output life force and sexual energy to build certain specific things in the world. Every generator is limited in their response. Every generator is not here to build and to do every single thing that everyone asks of them. Yes, generators are here to work. Yes, generators have this regenerative motor that releases energy step by step by step as the generator builds what it is here to build. However, every single generator is highly limited in their response, highly limited in what they respond to, and this is all due to their unique definition that they have in the sacral center. In today's video, we're going to look at the different format generator definitions in addition to any hanging gates that you might have in your defined sacral center and analyze what you are here to respond to, what you are available to build and grow and develop in the world. Or I think a better way of saying it would be the quality of building that you are here to participate in. If you are a generator whose sacral is defined through the channel of maturation 5342, a design of balanced development, you are a generator that is genetically designed to respond to being in experiential cycles. It doesn't matter if someone asks you if you love them. It doesn't matter if someone asks you what food you want to eat. It doesn't matter if someone asks you to move in with them. It doesn't matter if someone offers you a project at your job. What you are going to respond to as a generator that has the channel of maturation is an opportunity to experience a whole cycle, meaning a cycle in which there is an opportunity for your development, meaning that there is a clear beginning, a middle, and an end. For your sacral to come out the other side and experience satisfaction, you need to be in the experiential process, which is very, very different from the logical process. This isn't a generator that is going step by step by step by step and analyzing along the way. This is a generator that is responding to being present to the experience fully. This sacral center is not going to say aha or respond to anything in which it cannot go through a whole full experiential cycle. Now, it doesn't have to mean that everything has to last forever. When you respond to going out for a meal with a friend, that is a whole experience by itself that will last probably a couple of hours, in which you have a beginning, a middle, and end. And then you can come back and reflect on what that experience was like as a generator that has this channel. However, usually for some of the big things in this generator's life, they are a generator that is going to respond to long-term commitment. This is a generator that is meant to go through long cycles, long periods of time through which they can really be present with their experience and use their energy along the way in order to experience a deep maturation process that they can share later. So when this sacral responds to external stimuli, it is responding to that stimuli because the sacral center is going to get to go through a whole experiential cycle. There is a release of energy to go through that experience from the beginning through the middle all the way to the end. Let's quickly have a look at this chart to understand with a little more detail how this response mechanism works. So we can see that the sacral center of this person is defined through the channel of maturation. They also have the gate 14. Now, Ra says that the hanging gates in a defined sacral are like adjectives to the response, which is the verb. So this sacral says, aha, I want to experience this cycle because I love the work that I'm going to get to do, which is the gate 14. What is also really interesting to observe is that not only is the sacral saying, I want to be a part of this cycle because I'm going to get to do work I love, it is also saying, and I'm going to get to experience the drive for basic needs when I do this, when I participate in this experience, and I'm going to get to transform through it, and I'm going to get to fight for my purpose, and I'm going to potentially get to offer solutions in it. So you can see that the sacral center is in communication with the rest of this person's definition, and when it responds to an external stimuli, it is checking in with its definition and coming up with a response in the form of releasing energy or not. Can you see how deeply nuanced a generator response really can be, and that there is no way that this person's mind can ever truly correctly calculate if they have a response for something or not through their mind. But the motor, when it releases energy in response to external stimuli, is saying yes to all of these different activations that this person has in their chart. They are saying yes to the cyclical process, to doing work that they love when they are involved in that cyclical process, and that potentially there can be some transformation that they experience as they rise up the tribal hierarchy, as they rise up the tribal plane. There can also be some collective solutions. There can also be an ability to fight for one's purpose and for one to be driven towards fulfilling their basic needs. If this generator doesn't actually operate from their response and mentally decides what it is that they love or what work that they want to do or what they want to pour their energy into, they are going to experience a lot of frustration. And as we all know, generators are master quitters, and they quit because they actually don't make decisions in accordance with their own life force energy, with their own generative power, and therefore continue to struggle until the point that they are so frustrated that they just can't anymore. This person, first and foremost, is designed to respond to being in experiential cycles, and only then can they experience the rest of their definition come to life. Everything for them in their life has to begin with this response to being in the experience. And if that is not the case, then frustration is the only logical consequence. If you're a generator whose sacral is defined through the channel of mutation, the 360, a design of energy that initiates and fluctuates, then you're a generator who is designed to respond to bringing about mutation, to bringing about change, to bringing about a new order, to bringing about something entirely unique and new into the world. This sacral only responds to external stimuli when it has an opportunity to mutate upon engagement, when it has an opportunity to bring order to something upon engagement. This is also a sacral center, a motor that isn't available to respond all the time. It operates in pulses. Essentially, this is a generator that is here to bring something new in the world in pulses. If we look at this chart, then we can see that this sacral center is defined via the channel of mutation, which says, aha, there is a mutation that is possible here. Aha, there is a possibility of change here. Aha, something new can be brought to order here. Aha, the order can be changed here. And it also says that I can complete it. It says, aha, I can bring about this change. It says, aha, there is mutation possible here and I can complete it. It also says, and I can be still through it, and I can experience the drive of meeting fundamental needs, and I can fantasize and dream through it, and it is purposeful for me, and I can get the opportunity to transform through it, to grow and advance materially through it. Isn't it so eye-opening to be able to look at these different charts and to be able to really see how limited every single sacral being is? That when they do respond to something, their response is very, very specific because they are here to grow and develop very, very specific things in the world. They are not available for anything and everything. Every single generator is so unique because of what they are here to respond to. And the thing to note about these format channels is that they impact the rest of your chart really deeply. For example, we can see that this person is here to bring about mutation, and when they truly respond to something, they may have an opportunity to experience transformation through it. However, this channel of transformation that they do have is also going to be deeply impacted by this channel of mutation, by this format channel, because their channel of transformation is also going to operate in pulses. So this is a being that is only going to be able to rise tribally in pulses. It is not going to be an experience that is available to them all the time. This opportunity to transform is not going to be available to them all the time. But if we look at this chart, we can see that the format channel here is a collective abstract channel. It's a cyclical process, and therefore the transformation that this person is going to experience in their life is going to be a cyclical process rather than a pulse process that we saw in the previous chart. So we can see that format channels have a deep, deep, deep impact on the rest of the chart and how it functions. Now, if your sacral is defined through the 952, the channel of concentration, a design of determination, you are here to respond to external stimuli that enables you to use your sacral energy to focus and concentrate on patterns. As a generator with the channel of concentration, when you are responding to external stimuli with aha, or there is an upsurge of energy in your being, what the sacral is saying, yes, I am ready to do detail-oriented work that requires deep stillness and focus. These generators are not your multitasking generators. These generators usually have the power to sit with one thing and to look at every single tiny detail and be determined to find solutions. This is a generative force that is powering the collective logical process. This is the generator that says, aha, I'm going to collect the facts. I'm going to look at the details. I'm going to sit with this for as long as it is needed for me to sit still with this. I'm going to concentrate on this. I am determined to be in this step by step logical process that will enable me to bring forth a certain pattern, that will enable me to build something in the world that has a logical pattern, that is backed by details, that is backed by facts. So when we look at this chart, and isn't this a fascinating chart to look at, we can see that this is a generator that is here to respond to being concentrated, that is here to respond to bring mutation, that is here to respond to being in a cyclical maturation process, and that response enables them to experience intimacy and a drive for basic needs. What we also see here, interestingly, is this split between the two definitions that we have, the emotional ego definition and the sacral definition. So this sacral can say, aha, I have the energy to be in the cyclical process in which I can mutate, in which I can concentrate, and yet they are here to wait to say yes. Their authority is the emotional center. This is a generator that can experience an immense amount of release of power. However, what can bring a lot of chaos in their life and a lot of frustration is when they act on that response immediately, when they don't sleep on it, when they don't let their emotional clarity emerge, and when they don't let their emotional system and their ego get to a place of, yes, I actually want to be involved in this. Yes, I actually want to be in this community. Yes, that this is a bargain that works for me. This is a generator that is here to respond powerfully and is here to play hard to get when they do respond. That is here to make beneficial bargains. That is here to ask for periods of rest. That is here to ask for a bargain in which they can work, but they can also rest. They are here to make bargains in which the ego is rewarded. However, if this generator does not wait for that emotional clarity, they can end up experiencing a lot of frustration and also potentially depression. What is also interesting about this chart is that their channel of community, the design of a part seeking the whole, is going to be impacted by all three of these format channels at different times in their life. Now, that can be such a complicated lived experience if this person is operating out of their mind. They can land themselves in really, really frustrating experiences. And Ra also speaks to the issues that can arise when a generator has more than one format channel. Because of the power of these format channels and the impact that they have on the rest of the chart, it's almost like they are competing forces in a human being. Sometimes I really wish I had this person be a part of my life just so I can observe them living their life and just so I can observe how their response shows up and what it is that they end up deriving satisfaction from. But one thing is very clear, is that if this generator is not acting out of response, then they are experiencing a tremendous amount of confusion and frustration within themselves. This is someone that seeks to be a part of a community. However, if they are not integrated into a community through response, they can become alienated from it very, very quickly and experience an immense amount of frustration and potentially even anger and depression. Can you see how incredibly specific this person's response is? Can you see that they are not here to respond to anything and everything? Can you see that it would not be possible for them to grow something generic? They are here to build something very specific in the world. They are here to contribute to something very specific in the world. They are here to generate something very, very specific in the world. And they cannot do that from their mind. The only way for them to find out who they are as a generator in the world is to wait to respond to external stimuli and to watch what unfolds and to watch what they create and mutate and experience in the world. This brings us to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're a generator that has definition in one or more of these format channels, I would love to hear how you experience these format energies showing up in your life and having a deep influence on the rest of your definition. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.